Yet again today, we saw more proof why the country does not have time to wait for something that, quite frankly, doesn't even seem to exist for the most part: bipartisanship. And the aspirations of President Biden and Democrats trying to achieve it need to end today. Senate Republicans blocked a test vote today to just begin debate on the massive infrastructure deal that was brokered by a bipartisan group of senators from President Biden last month. The vote fell along party lines, and even every single Republican blocked it from moving forward. The next step now is uncertain, but the bipartisan group of senators released a joint statement minutes after the failed vote saying they've made significant progress and are close to a final agreement. But both Biden and Schumer, who've been burned before by Republicans who delayed Democratic priorities for months during the Obama administration, so far seem to have caught amnesia and are going along with requests for more patience. But they can look no further than Mitch McConnell, who said today, just hours before the vote, that the push to advance the bill was a stunt that's set to fail. And he's been telling us for weeks now that he will not make this easy. He vowed just 2 weeks ago that Republicans would wage one hell of a fight over infrastructure. So will we see progress in the coming days, or is it time for Biden and Democrats to let go of their bipartisanship goal and wish with the GOP? Joining me now to discuss is a sitting member of Congress, Representative Jamaal Bowman. Representative Bowman, thank you for making time tonight.
Of course. Thank you, brother. Good to be with you.
So I want to play for you a sound from President Biden tonight discussing the failed vote today and where he stands on his bipartisanship strategy, and get your reaction to it on the other side of it.
I don't know you'll find any Republican I ever worked with who says I ever broke my word, didn't do exactly what I said I would do and keep my word. And I was able to get an awful lot of compromises put together to do really good things, to change things. And I still believe that's possible. But the well has been so poisoned over the last 4 years. And even now, there's still this lingering effort.
Representative Bowman, what do you make of that?
So we have this bipartisan bill that was negotiated with Senate Republicans and Senate Democrats. And still today, we see 100% of Republicans not vote to support that bill. So it lets me know that behind the scenes, the work that needed to be done didn't get done to ensure that the bill passed the vote today. But the bottom line is this: either we're going to have a reconciliation bill and a bipartisan bill, or we are just going to have a reconciliation bill. We are here in Washington to do the job of the American people. The Democrats have the majority. We were sent here to do a job, and it's time for us to do the job. We cannot continue to delay while people are struggling in communities across the country. We are rebuilding our economy, a new economy, a greener economy, a more economy rooted in racial and economic justice. And that's the job we need to do. So either they get it together in a bipartisan way, or we're just going to get everything done that we need to get done through reconciliation.
So there is some reporting that some of the Republican kind of members of that bipartisan group are getting a bit skittish if they believe that, if they believe those two things are linked, that, the deal that they're cutting only greases the skids a bit for the reconciliation bill. They don't want the reconciliation bill. They only want what they're doing in the bipartisan bill. If they defect, are Democrats in Congress willing to take some of what was negotiated with them and fold it into the other bill?
Yes, 100%. We use the reconciliation process to pass the American Rescue Plan. And we still have in the tank 2 options for reconciliation, 2 additional opportunities to pass transformative bills. And President Biden put forth the rescue plan And what's supposed to come next is the jobs plan and the families plan. We are trying to consolidate the two to get the economy going again. So if the Republicans don't want to play ball, we have the numbers to move forward in the way that we were sent here to move forward. I think part of the problem is the Republicans have been obstructing for so long, ever since Trump lost the election. They've been putting forth the big lie and obstructing that they have lost the ability to govern in good faith. And that's where we are now. But the bottom line is this: we are going to deliver for the American people. When we deliver, that will help us to maintain control of the Senate and House in 2022 and help us to evolve into the multiracial democracy that we are.
Tonight, Biden said that, the well has been poisoned over the last 4 years. Is that true? Or has the well been poisoned ever since Barack Obama took office? Wasn't this the same Mitch McConnell who said, the day after Barack Obama was elected, that his job was to make Barack Obama a one-term president, and that they did everything possible to obstruct, including not moving forward with judicial appointments when they should have and could have, dragging their feet and breaking that exact same rule in the end of Trump's administration?
Yeah, I would agree, but I would also argue that the well's been poisoned since 1619, and then repoisoned again in 1776. I mean, this is a nation built for, by, and of property-owning white men, and the rest of us, African Americans, women, the LGBTQ community, and anyone who is considered other, have been put here to serve the property-owning white men. So, that infrastructure is still in place. And to your point, Barack Obama, President Obama's presidency was obstructed time and time again by Mitch McConnell. But then see what the Republicans did at that time as well. They organized across the country and took over many state houses across the country and won a lot of local elections. We saw the rise in the Tea Party, right, and we saw a rise.
Representative, I just want to show our viewers what's happening on their screen right now. President Biden is getting on Air Force One right now. I think heading back to D.C. I just wanted to make sure that our viewers knew that. Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
No. What I was going to say is, during the Obama presidency, the road was paved for Donald Trump. Thankfully, we got him out in 4 years, and now hopefully we can get back to the job of governing.
So let me switch gears a little bit here. The president is focused a lot on his economic agenda. It has taken up a tremendous amount of his energy in the first 6 months of his presidency. There's another big issue out there, which I would argue is even bigger, which is voting rights. It just has not taken up as much of his time, energy, and rhetorical power. Do you think that that is a mistake?
I think he needs to be more consistent there. He has made statements in support of passing S1 in the Senate, which is the For the People Act. He has made statements in support of that. He has made statements in support of passing HR 4, which is the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. So he has made statements here and there. But my hope is he is working the Senate behind the scenes to ensure that we do everything in our power to pass S1, because it's not only in the country's best interest, it's in his best interest as well. Because if we do not pass S1 and we allow Republicans to gerrymander districts across the country, they will, which is one part of it, in addition to getting big money out of politics and other things. But if they can gerrymander districts across the country, they will maintain control of the Senate. They will retake control of the Senate, retake control of the House. And the first thing they're going to do is move to impeach President Biden, and he may be voted out as president in the Senate if we do not do our job and do what we need to do by passing S1 in the Senate. So, I would love for the president to be much more vocal and out front on this, and also be out front on ending the filibuster, because the House, we have passed HR 1, HR 4, we have passed common sense gun control, we have passed immigration reform, we've passed the Equality Act, the PRO Act. We're doing the work of the people in the House. The Senate is stagnating. And ending the filibuster will allow us to move forward with the transformative legislation that we need.
You announced recently you want to introduce a Green New Deal for public schools, and you'd like it to be included in any Democratic spending package. Tell us more about that.
So the Green New Deal for public schools is the revolution our families have been waiting for in our public school system, and more importantly, the revolution that our kids have been waiting for. Our kids are curious, collaborative, creative, and innovative, and we need to create learning spaces that align to the challenges of a 21st century economy, which is a Green New Deal economy. So we need more science in our classrooms, more project-based learning in our classrooms, more arts in our classrooms, and classrooms that are designed in a 21st century economy that do not rely on fossil fuels and rely on clean, green, renewable energy. And imagine putting kids at the center of designing their own learning experiences and opportunities. That is what the Green New Deal for schools is all about. And oh, by the way, not only does it end our dependency on fossil fuels, it allows schools to become beacons of renewable energy within communities that have been historically redlined. So the hiring of more teachers, the hiring of more counselors, the bringing in of innovative curriculum, but also targeting communities that have been redlined and continue to be underfunded at almost a 2-to-1 clip when you compare inner city schools to suburban wealthy schools.
Congressman Jamaal Bowman, good luck on the fascinating proposal, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight's prime number is next. You're watching BNC.